Mixed martial arts, known as MMA, is an exciting sport that is growing rapidly in popularity. Growing. It seems everywhere, except in the state of New York. The reason? Mixed martial arts events, including the Ultimate Fighting Championship, have been banned here since 1997. The New Yorker Jon Jones is the sport's light heavyweight world champion, and a champ who cannot fight in his home state. And Jon is only one of many athletes who fight for New York and train here, but can't compete here. Igor, Gracie, and Rafael Natal are two fighters who left Brazil looking to make it big in the US. They don't understand the ban.
I can just say I'm really sorry, because we feel very sad that we can't fight in our home state. There's no reason why MMA should be banned. Why they say because it is too violent. It's just like MMA looks more violent than boxing, looks more violent than any other sport, but it's actually not because of the small gloves. It's a direct hit for your outside of your body, so you cut, so there's no concussion. Like your brain, there's much less brain damage than boxing. So looks more violent, looks more dangerous than a boxing, but then major sports, but it's actually not.
Fighting out of New York, Rafael, Natal.
People are against it because they don't really know the sport. They don't see that there are two people fighting, there are rules, the judges can interrupt whenever something is wrong, there are doctors around. So I really think that whoever is against it and whoever doesn't support it doesn't really know the sport.
Since the beginning of the UFC in 1993, only 2 deaths were documented in MMA events. This seems surprisingly low when compared to boxing, which, according to the Journal of Combative Sports, had a total of 71 deaths in that same time. Mixed martial arts events cannot happen in the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. Now, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, known as UFC, is suing the state of New York, trying to remove the ban. And you dream about fighting maybe in Madison Square Garden?
That's a dream come true, Like we always joke because the gym is like 2 blocks away from a block away from Madison Square Garden, and then we always say that okay, we can warm up here and then just go across the street and fight there, That's the mecca of that's the world's greatest arena, Who doesn't want to fight there, Right on our backyard.
But that dream faces powerful opponents, especially Assemblyman Bob Riley, who chairs the State Assembly Committee that oversees sports regulation. He views it as a moral issue and has argued that any potential economic benefits do not justify sanctioning a violent sport. The UFC organizations say a market research study they conducted showed that allowing such fights in New York would bring the state an additional $23 million in business. They also point to the fact that the individual martial arts that comprise MMA, including kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, judo, boxing, and wrestling, are legal and performed live regularly in New York. It's only their combination, performed live by professionals, that is banned in the state. Finally, the sport sponsors argued that professional mixed martial arts are clearly intended as a public entertainment and, as such, are protected by the First Amendment.
This is very important to the fighters, the press, and everyone that is involved with the sport. I think that after they pull out the ban, it's going to be a win for everyone, especially financially. So I think it's always good to have these people trying to help us legalize the sport, because the day that Madison Square Garden hosts an event, Brazil and the whole world will see it differently.
The Ultimate Fighting Championship promoters promise to visit the Empire State at least twice a year, if New York legalizes mixed martial arts, hosting one event at Madison Square Garden and another one upstate. For New York Ahead, Gabriella Czarnobay, New York.